The state jumps forward in time this weekend.
Why bother doing it? Does it really help anything? Does it really save us any daylight?
This plus more as your news at noon starts now. Well, thank you for joining us on this Friday. The clouds are moving past us, but don't get your hopes up too soon. Our weather team, Impact Team, predicts a chance for rain this weekend. Meteorologist Nathan Scott starts with the newest forecast models. Nathan?
Good afternoon, Jurnee. We're starting off the day with a canopy of clouds, but when you take a look at visible satellite, the edge of the clouds already moving into Perry County and also Conway County. Parts of Faulkner County starting to clear out. So these clouds are moving off to the east, and we'll see lots more sunshine here in central Arkansas as the day wears on. Along with that, the temperatures will warm up. It's already 72 in Fort Smith, 65 in Russellville, but where those clouds are, the temperatures are into the 50s. Also, the winds are picking up. We have those winds kicking in from the south-southwest, 10 to as high as 20 miles per hour. And there is a little bit of concern. I would not encourage any outdoor burning in northwest Arkansas or north central Arkansas because of those gusty winds and low humidity. A small flame could get out of control pretty quickly. Here's your hour by hour for the rest of your Friday. Clearing skies, west to east, temperatures getting close to 74 the high. Most locations will warm up into the mid-70s over to the west, probably upper 60s to the east. Tomorrow, though, much cooler. Temperatures only into the low to mid-50s, and we do have a good chance there's going to be scattered rain, at least for part of the day. I'll have a look at the newest future radar coming up.
All right, Nathan, thank you. With New at Noon, we know more on UA Little Rock's effort to reshape the training process for aspiring educators. Those seeking experience often take on required unpaid opportunities. However, a program at UA Little Rock is changing that. Ford's EPP Design Collaborative is providing a $1.6 million grant. With that money, the school has introduced the paid teacher residency. I spoke with a member of the program and learned more on its impact.
It led me to focus more on my residency rather than if I'm going somewhere after school to like a second job or an afternoon job. I just felt like it lets me focus more on the lesson plans, the day-to-day things, and lets me really just get ready for my career that's going to happen.
UA Little Rock partners across Central Arkansas districts to ensure that new teachers can build careers in their home communities. The Little Rock Port Mega Site received its Select Site certification, the award given in recognition of sites that attract both business and jobs. Entergy Arkansas presented the certification, or certificate rather. Our team was there. Expect new details on THV 11 at 5 and 6. An update now on a controversial case. A Lone Oak County father accused of killing a man found in a car with his teen daughter has asked the Supreme Court for permission to speak on the case. As we previously reported, Aaron Spencer pled not guilty to second-degree murder. Those charges stem from accusations that he shot and killed 67-year-old Michael Fossler. He reportedly found him with his 14-year-old daughter. And the newest development, Spencer is asking the Arkansas Supreme Court to lift a gag order in the case. Hearings for this start on April 10th. The search for the person wanted for a deadly hit and run has concluded. Tamaya Baker is behind bars this afternoon. She was wanted for hitting a man on a go-kart, then taking off. The man was eventually pronounced dead. According to authorities, Baker surrendered to police on Thursday. President Trump says he will pause tariffs on imports from Mexico and Canada. The reason being protections granted under a trade agreement enacted 5 years ago. Natalie Brand explains how this will affect those goods.
Even with a tariff pause on many goods from Canada and Mexico, uncertainty still looms over industries from agriculture to autos. Kevin Hassett is the Trump administration's director of the National Economic Council.
What do you say to businesses who say they cannot plan with the current uncertainty, and then farmers worried about losing market share since, China's announced those retaliatory tariffs on soybeans, corn, other products?
I don't think that there's going to be a heck of a lot of uncertainty. I think that the fentanyl war we're going to make a huge amount of progress on, and that'll be resolved hopefully by April. And then on April 1st or April 2nd, we'll announce what our reciprocal tariffs are. And at that point, uncertainty will be mostly resolved.
The pause announced Thursday applies to products covered under the U.S.-Mexico-Canada trade agreement negotiated during the first Trump administration. Imports from Mexico range from building supplies to meat, fruits, and vegetables. The White House says the pause applies to about 38% of goods from Canada. It does not apply to energy imports, which will be taxed at a lower rate of 10%, as well as potash, a key ingredient in fertilizer that U.S. farmers use. Ontario feeds electricity to Minnesota, Michigan, and New York. Ontario Premier Doug Ford says he's slapping a 25% tariff on that power starting Monday in response to President Trump's actions.
So that's the last thing I want to do. It's the last thing. But he has to understand that he can't attack our country economically and expect us to roll over.
China is also promising to fight to the end in a trade war. The foreign minister vowed to resolutely counter U.S. tariffs, but Beijing also signaled it's open to talks. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
Demands for clarity over increased power bills are reaching an all-time high, most recently being within the Clinton community. People there are voicing concern over Petit Jean Electric Co-op for quite some time. Last month, customers noticed a slight decrease. However, the company is charging a cost of debt adjustment. It's left people unsatisfied, as some claim that one charge was higher than the overall bill. The company CEO, however, says it's necessary.
We changed a lot of poles, a lot of transformers, really upgraded our system so that we could accommodate operational fiber optic cable.
Well, the concern mostly sparked as customers' request for more transparency. A community meeting is scheduled for next week. This weekend, time springs forward. That means we'll all lose an hour of sleep. And the idea of daylight saving has been heavily debated. Danya Backus shares why.
Clocks move forward this Sunday for daylight saving time, and just like clockwork, the debate over seasonal time changes springs into action.
Do you usually kind of look forward to when we have to spring forward?
I honestly have to Google every time whether it's the one that I lose sleep on or gain sleep on, so I'm not sure if I should dread this one.
Why bother doing it? Like, does it really help anything? Does it really save us any daylight? Like, I don't see the need for it anymore.
Research has shown the ritual of changing the clocks in spring and fall can impact productivity and our mental and physical health.
Honestly, even sleeping in an hour, I get groggy, and then losing the hour, I just get evil.
It's why the American Academy of Sleep Medicine wants to eliminate seasonal time changes.
It's harder to go to bed when it's light out, so that can make it harder to fall asleep, but yet our responsibilities are the same in terms of waking up for school, waking up for work.
Dr. Anita Shelgakar is president of the Academy, which recommends moving to year-round permanent standard time.
In permanent standard time, our internal body clock is best aligned with the sun and external light from the sun. It's what's best for our overall health and well-being.
Before taking office, President Trump posted his support for ending daylight saving time, saying it is inconvenient and very costly to our nation.
Personally, I think one and done. I think the adjustment, it's definitely worse when you're losing your time.
To help adjust, Dr. Shelgakar says expose yourself to bright light right away in the morning, maintain a consistent sleep and wake schedule, and minimize caffeine later in the day. Danya Backus, CBS News, Los Angeles.
They say great minds think alike. That's shown in this week's Feel Good Friday, ahead at 12:17.
And you heard it, daylight saving time begins on Sunday. Today's sunset happens 10 minutes after 6 o'clock. Sunday's sunset, 7:12. And by April 1st, we'll see a sunset around 7:30. This weekend, though, you're not going to see much sun, and you will need to keep that rain gear close by. I'll explain why coming up.